Well, let's go to the phone now. He picked up his 50th win last night. David Gravel joins us after winning last night's World Final A main. How you doing, David?
I'm doing good, guys. Thanks for having me.
Man,
Congratulations.
I can't tell you how much we appreciate you getting up early to do the show this morning. I appreciate that a lot. So,
Well, I'm glad you guys appreciate that 10:45 is the morning because I'm a sprint car driver.
I know it.
no, and as you know, I travel with a group of gypsies just like yourself, and nobody gets up before 1 o'clock. I didn't know if you were that way. There's a few exceptions, but not many. Just saying. You know, when you race late into the night and you got to travel all day, you got to get some sleep sometime, right?
Yeah, for sure. We were the last A main last night, and a lot of race cars there. So, we got to the hotel around 1 a.m. After we got something to eat, and went to bed. So
Yeah.
Slept in a little bit.
Talk about that track last night. What a great victory, by the way. A little pressure there at the end, but man, when you've got that many cars racing there, late models and the big block modifieds before you, as a team, how difficult is that challenge getting in there on a track that's got that much usage on it in one night?
Yeah, for sure. We're trying to manage tire wear and try to put the right compound on, and being the last A main, you almost knew it was going to kind of take rubber, and we put the harder tires on, and they wore them pretty good for only a 25 lap race. So they're just something you got to be aware of. I don't think it locked down rubber last night, but it was definitely wearing tires, and it was slick top to bottom and pretty clean. So, we made the right call, and luckily it all worked out.
You were moving your line around a little bit. Were you feeling little spots of rubber here and there?
Yeah, I knew it was going to kind of – it started taking a little bit of rubber in 3 and 4, started to clean up, and I know I had to be kind of down there early on. I was kind of up the racetrack a little bit, but ended up staying low, and then early on in 1 and 2, I was running the top, and later in the race I could go down a lane or two, and it felt real clean or rubber-like, and, definitely helped me out there. So just one of those things. That's what's very nerve-wracking about starting on the pole with a track. You're not exactly sure what's going to happen. And, luckily we had a couple breaks there to make it all happen, and that's what you need sometimes to win these races.
So Reitzel looked like he was going to make a move right there, but he got caught up behind a lap car to kind of talk about what he was trying to do.
That
there.
lapper was just about spun out in front of him there.
Yeah, for sure. It was one of those things, man. I went low for whatever reason. He went high, and the lap car got all messed up, and was able to get the lead back, and he lost 3 spots there. So it's one of those things. The lap cars sometimes win or lose races, and in that instance, it lost him the race. I guess part of our sport.
Yeah. So Knoxville National winner and all that, but man, World Finals, this is a big one. You got 20-some thousand people in the grandstands. Do you get a little more geeked up for this race like you do for a Knoxville race? And granted, I know it's not the same, right? But still, it's one of those marquee events. It's one that everybody wants to win. Huge crowds. How amped up do you get for a race like this weekend?
I definitely get amped up. Being the end of the year and stuff, you're ready for the year to be done. It's been a long season and all that, and you just want to end on the right note and go into the banquet, happy and all those things. So it's definitely a big deal. Lots of people there, a lot of eyes on you. The most race cars at one event that we race at, and it's just always a good one to win, that's for sure.
Even though you're not part of the championship battle tonight, you got that Knoxville Nationals trophy. That you got that one.
That's the big one.
Yeah, for sure. We're locked in a third coming into the weekend. We're too far behind one and two, and too far ahead of fourth. So we didn't really have any pressure going into the weekend with points. We did close the battle a little bit with the points deal. So my goal is kind of keep it under 100. I feel like would have been a decent accomplishment for us, and we're 86 back right now. So it's been awesome. We've kept those guys honest, and if we took away the first month of the season, we would be battling for the championship or be in the lead. So It's you cut out a couple weeks and we're right there.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about that night at Lake Ozark Speedway. What a special night that was. Just a few miles from the shop, and had the whole family there, and Jason Johnson Classic, and how special was that?
Yeah, it was cool. You know, a lot of Jason's family, aunts, uncles, cousins were there.
Yeah.
Bobby put a lot of effort into the event. The weather was absolutely terrible, drizzling and raining all the way up to about 5:30. You know, which probably scared some local people away, maybe some racers that were going to travel decent ways.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, they got the event in. It was a good success, and we were able to win. So that made it all worth it.
And you got Debbie up. You got Debbie up there with you too, didn't you?
Yeah. Jax was, I believe, sleeping. He was tired, so we got Deborah up there. So that was cool. We joked about, you know, we wanted to keep that trophy in the shop and all that, and we were able to do that. So it was pretty cool.
All right, before we let you go, and I want to let you get back to resting because I know you got a big day coming up. Let me ask you, how would you? I get in trouble when I say this because I've had a few people that don't like my grades. But I like to ask people how they would grade their season. You finished third in points. You got all these wins this year. How would you grade out your season if it was you personally, if you could put your own grade on it?
Like a school grade?
Yeah, like a school.
B or C?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
To me personally, or as a team as a whole?
Well, maybe both, for that matter.
Man, that's tough to say. I would say we definitely probably an A minus. It's been a great year. We had a little bit of growing pains early in the season. We had some ignition issues that wasn't really anybody's fault. We got messed up on our fueling a little bit early in the year, and then once we figured those two things out, our motors ran amazing the rest of the year. You know, was able to get 21 quick times. For me as a driver, you know, I feel as you got to be the complete package, and I feel as qualifying we did great. We maybe gave away sometimes as a driver or a car. I'm not really, it's hard to remember, but we started up front. I felt like we could have won a couple more races, but overall it's been great. You know, Knoxville week, the biggest week of the year, we were as prepared and focused as anybody. You know, that was an A-plus week. You know, we won every race that week, and that was just amazing. So I would say overall A minus. If we won the championship, it would be an A+. But
right.
Everybody's done a great job. My two crew guys never did the World of Outlaw tour before, so we had two new guys there. And Phil's never been in this role of being in control of the team 100%. You know, Jason had a lot in the team in controlling, ordering parts, setup tips, you know, all those things. So, you know, this was Phil's first year that he had the reins.
Is winning the Knoxville Nationals bigger than winning the championship, or about the same?
You know, I don't know that until
you do
win
it.
Both.
Yeah.
But to me, they're pretty equal. But damn, that championship is something that takes
Coveted.
a lot of focus on, and nearly no bad nights. If you look back at the stats, Donnie and Brad each had one bad night, and other than that, they've been like no worse than 12th, you know, all year. So it just takes a lot of concentration. It takes a team that you have to build over years and be very, very prepared for. And that's something that, you know, JGR could build up to. But look at Casey Kane and Tony Stewart, how long they've been racing the World of Outlaw Tour, all those resources they have, all the financial backing. You know, those are things that we could build towards and hopefully get in the future.
All right, final question. So it sounds like plans are coming back with the 41 team and doing it all over again next year, right?
I don't know exactly the plans right now. I will hopefully let you guys know here next week. So
good.
That's my goal, but I have some other things in the workings to hopefully better my career, and we're just going to see what happens. So it's an opportunity I can't pass up, but I just got to see if it's all going to work out. So
all right.
we will see.
I'm just going to say this out loud. You don't even have to respond, but it sounds like your cars might get a little heavier.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm going to be in a sprint car no matter what next year. How much, I just don't know.
Yep. Okay, David.
Good for you.
Hey, man, go get
All
him
right.
tonight, right? We'll be pulling for you. Go get him, all right?
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
You have a good
David.
day.
Congratulations.
There's last night's
Thanks.
winner at the World Finals, David Gravel, joining us on the show. Good
Wow,
guy,
some
man.
breaking news right there. We don't know. Might be David Gravel find himself.
Could it be NASCAR?
Could be.